Hello everybody, my name is Python and welcome back to the Let's Play. You join me up here on a random rain cloud. Beneath it is a sky lake. But here's the thing, it's not the sky lake we found earlier in the series. It turns out we have not just one, but two further sky lakes in our world. If we bring up our map, check it out. For the longest time, we've actually had two sky lakes hidden away. That is wild. And even more wild is the fact that they are basically at the exact same altitude. Now, I don't know about you folks, but me as a builder, this is screaming mega build opportunity. We can make ourselves like a mega bridge supported with mega supports. Maybe even it could eventually become a large boss arena. How about that for an eventual mega project, eh? How did I find them? Well, my slight perfectionist side started to take over, and I was like, do you know what? I kind of want to start filling in all of this unexplored sky area, so I started off at the center of the world. And here we are. Anyway, Sky Islands aside, for today's episode, I want to make a custom biome, and the custom biome in question is going to be a graveyard. Only there's a good amount of stuff we can get at the graveyard. Lots of building stuffs we can craft, lots of bits and bobs we can buy from certain NPCs shops, and more so than anything else, what I want is for some of the rarer dudes to spawn in so we can fill their bestiary entries. I believe it is the moss zombie that spawns in when you have negative luck. Unfortunately, though, we're going to need a graveyard biome first. So I'm thinking we cannibalize this island just on top of the dungeon tree entrance. I mean, why not? All we gotta do is dig up all of the snow and the little house here and then just replace it with dirt. Get ourselves a bunch of grass, maybe paint it grey so it looks a little bit ominous, you know? And ultimately, we're gonna get a bunch of these bad boys placed down. A ton of gravestones. This definitely isn't an embarrassing admission as to how many deaths I've had so far in the series. Not at all. Now, quick shameless plug, if you are interested in some new non-Terraria content here on the GB channel, yesterday, I released the first episode of a brand new Vintage Story Let's Play. And for any of you guys unfamiliar, Vintage Story, think Minecraft, but far more advanced. It's a game that has a ridiculous amount of depth to it. And it's a video game that has very rapidly entered my top 5 favorite video games of all time. If you are interested in checking out that new Vintage Story series, there's going to be a link on screen for you folks. If you do decide to give it a chance, a big thank you. I do appreciate it a lot. It almost feels criminal what I'm about to do to this really lovely looking island. To go from somewhere that looks so happy to somewhere that's going to have a really down and miserable vibe. Oh boy. Oh no, the perfectionist in me is starting to come out here. I found the exact center of the top of this tree here. And now I want to align my graveyard floating island directly and perfectly centered above it. Oh dear. Why am I the way that I am? One thing that's just sprung to mind is the fact that this island needs to be wide enough to the point where mobs can spawn. I wonder if my zoom level has any bearing on whether or not mobs will be able to spawn. Like, you can see that no one's spawning here right now. If I was to zoom in a whole bunch, will they start spawning now? I mean, it still says no enemies nearby. Okay, maybe it doesn't. However, if I was to go to one side here, oh my goodness me, 5 enemies. It doesn't take much, does it? So, me being stood in the exact center here means that no enemies spawn in, right? How many blocks off of the left-hand side of the screen do I need to go in order for enemies to spawn in? That, my friends, is the golden question. I never ever thought in a million years I'd actually be thankful for a blood moon spawning in, because it's really actually helping my cause here. I'm trying to see how far away the platform needs to be in order for enemies to spawn in. Okay, still no one. Let's do, I don't know, another 3 blocks out like that. And standing in the center again. Yep, there does seem to be some dudes spawning in at the very least. So this torch marks where enemies will start spawning in. I think what we need to do now is we need to do just a little bit of a measure job, ideally. Come on, you lot, get out of it. Let's get our ruler on. And, yeah, this is a little bit, I might have to do this the old-fashioned way with torches then. So, from the center, we've got 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50, 55, 60, 65 blocks away from the center is where mobs will start spawning in. Alright, good to know. So that means we need to have the right-hand side of this island go out 65 blocks. Although maybe to maximize the spawn rates of this eventual graveyard biome, maybe we go a little bit further. Let's go 75? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's 75. So there's going to be plenty of spawn spaces for the eventual graveyard dudes. So sitting here at the dead center now. Oh, yeah. There's a lot of dudes about to roll in here. Look at this. Absolutely crazy. Ah, look who's come to pay us a visit. A little pinky dude. Blimey O'Reilly, is this going to be a big, big island? But it is going to serve a big, big purpose, believe you me. So, without further ado, let's get some dirt planted down. Hey guys, check this out. I've accidentally made a goblin scout farm. Oh, that's awesome. Oh, look, another scout come to see what I'm doing and spy for his goblin brethren. Get out of here. Dude, there's nothing going on up here. What is up with you guys? Get out of here. There we are, dirt added. Now to grass this over, then paint this grey so it looks a bit more ominous looking. Yeah, okay, kind of regretting not having the auto spray option on now. I could have sped along the painting of all of these blocks by quite a heck of a lot. Oops. Whoever keeps sending all of these goblin scouts is going to start wondering where the devil they've all gone. I imagine before too long there's going to be a whole army of them upon us, huh? Alrighty, my friends. So, here are my plans for this island. We're going to have ourselves a little bit of a build, like an arch shape. I don't know, arches, graveyards made out of stone for some reason in my mind. They go hand in hand. Alrighty, quick experiment. Just how tall will this tree grow? Decently tall, but not so much that I can't work with it. Okay, well, let's use this tree as a starting point in terms of the proportions and sizes we're going to go for with this build. Yeah, that's a nice little shape for our little mini courtyard. Wait, there's a pinky up here? Again? Was it me, or was that pinky not actually pink? I think we've just discovered something illegal today here, folks. A pinky that isn't pink. I mean, whatever. Next, the zebra crossing's gonna be, like, blue and green now? Where does it stop? So check it out, folks. This is what we've got going on in terms of the shape of our graveyard arch centerpiece build of epicness. I think we've got a pretty good shape going on here. Definitely big enough to host 2 NPCs. And in fact, we could probably host quite a lot more than that. But hey, it only needs to be 2. So I think what we're going to do is we're going to have this build be all sort of nice and spaced out. We're not going to sort of cramp the interior like I usually do. All I got to do is figure out the rooms, figure out the background walls, and then figure out the exterior. You know, get some nice trees planted down. Maybe even, just for once, maybe I restore just a little bit of, I don't know, natural terrain or natural looking terrain at the very least. Hey, why are there ladybugs up here? That's not good. That means we've got good luck, right? That's not what we want to have happen if we're wanting certain dudes to spawn in. Yeah, that looks pretty good in terms of making this look like more natural looking terrain, right? Alrighty, my friends, how about this for a progress update? I must admit, I couldn't help but notice the shape of the top looking a bit, how should we say, questionable? So I've tried my best to split up the rooms in such a way that it at least looks interesting. Hopefully interesting enough to the point where it takes your mind off of the shape of the thing. I'm so sorry. But as you can see, we've got ourselves a bunch of gothic brick walls as the sort of border background wall. And then for sort of the interior background wall, I was thinking maybe some brick walls. Just box standard grey brick walls. Because, well, why not? Let's have a look and see how it works together. Hopefully, quite well. And there we are. Is that looking good? Middling, I might suggest. Maybe this thing needs some windows. Hey, check this out, my friends. The blue roller skates being sold by Riley the Traveling Merchant. A lot of you folks have been raving on about these bad boys. So, let's go ahead and purchase them. Coasting matches placement speed. That, my friends, sounds pretty interesting. Oh, that's interesting. Whoa! Okay, that's actually kind of wild. It replaces your pet. Very, very interesting. So, coasting matches placement speed, does it? Let's have a look here. So, I don't know. Let's start off right here. And let's say we're going to... Are we sure about that? Oh, or does it not work with block swap? Let's go ahead and give that a... Oh, hang on a minute. Let's try that again. Try it with this. What? I'm a bit confused. What is the point of these? I'm very, very confused. Coasting matches placement speed. Yeah, I am definitely missing a trick here, folks. I wonder if the whole coasting matches placement speed works on only your fastest class, as in fastest placement speed class. Let's grab out our Shadewood again, and let's give it a go. Actually, this might be a bit difficult. Ah, this is kind of good. It doesn't... I mean, yeah, coasting is this, in my opinion. And... yeah. I don't know. I'm missing a trick with this. I definitely am. Do let me know in the comments area down below what it is I'm missing with these roller skates, because I'm struggling. I gotta be honest, I'm kind of struggling with them. So here we are. We have this place just about ready to receive some inhabitants. Let's go ahead and get some more tables and chairs and furniture and such for these guys. We'll get one place there. And a chair placed there. Did I see spiked chests, by the way? I could have sworn I just did. Yeah, I did. Wow, that's kind of wild. They look amazing as well. Dude, like really, they actually do look kind of amazing. Alrighty, my friends. So having placed down and force grown a whole bunch of trees using infused fertilizer, I think we've got ourselves the makings of a very, very nice looking custom biome. So, to go even further, we've got ourselves iron fences here. I figured these would be quite a nice way to go. Only, I don't know, iron fences, cemeteries, graveyards. They all go hand in hand, in my view. So let's go ahead and get ourselves a whole bunch of these bad boys placed down. Oh dear, I don't think we're going to have enough. Do you know what? I was going to complain about how I didn't have enough iron fences, and more so, how the lead fence and iron fences are two different things. But actually, I think we could turn this on its head and make it into a positive thing. What if we were to go ahead and just add in some of these lead fences all across the place? In some cases, we can make it so that there is a little bit of point coming off of it. Do you know what? I think this actually looks really quite good. Nice! By splicing in some lead fences, it turns out I had exactly enough iron bars. Fantastic! Dude, I'm actually really chuffed as to how this custom biome is looking. Right, now we have ourselves the task of actually making this into a graveyard biome. Ah, beautiful. We don't have to worry about the background walls either. Brilliant. Okay, well, let's go ahead and get ourselves another one placed down there. And, of course, we want to have ourselves a nice variety of these here gravestones. So, we don't want to go too crazy with any one type. Oh, snap! The background has changed. Whoa! And we are greeted immediately with thunder. Oh, man, it is so not often at all I find myself inside of a graveyard biome. Oh, dude, this is cool. All right, let's have ourselves one more type of gravestone. Let's go for tombstones or headstones. Let's go for some tombstones here. Why not? Oh, spooky! Zombies spawning in the daytime. If that's not enough to tell you that this is a spooky place, I don't know what's wrong with you. I feel like I've gone back and I'm playing like one of the very first video games that had absolutely no color whatsoever. Everything was grayscale. Whoa. What a vibe, though. Hey, there's a maggot over here. Dude, that's cool. That's another little dude that will help fill up our bestiary with critters. I'm pretty sure all you need to do is be around them, you know, have a close proximity to them, and then their bestiary entry will fill. So let's do this thing. Maggot. Yeah, it's already on there. So then, only one more finishing touch for this area, aside from adding in a teleport. I've decided against going for a pylon because I quite enjoy having the forest pylon be at my mega greenhouse of epicness. Unfortunately, it spans almost the entire right-hand side of the world again, so we're going to need multiple thousands of wire to link up a teleport to here. Oh, blimey. I'm going to need to do some serious money grinding. Anyway, for one final finishing touch, what I need to do is I need to grab myself what's called the shadow candle. Now, the reason you might want to go ahead and get one of those going is you want to stop the NPCs from lowering the spawn rate of enemies. And in this case, I definitely do. Now, for any of you guys who don't know how to make shadow candles, and I would understand if you don't know, because it's not something that folks make on the daily. First of all, we need to head ourselves back up to the graveyard island, and over to a crafting table within here, and here we are. Shadow candle nullifies the peaceful benefits of towns. So, let's make one, and let's get it placed down, shall we? And now, enemies should be able to spawn to their heart's desire. Maybe we're not going crazy enough with this, though. Perhaps we should add ourselves in a water candle and a battle potion into the mix as well. So then, shadow candle and water candle both down. I've got myself a few other little buff stations as well, just in case things get a little bit crazy. And now, talking of crazy, the battle potion. We've got it on, and now we're going to see if we can get any of the special graveyard zombie dudes to spawn in. Oh, interesting! Maggot zombie. That's one of the sort of specialist types of zombies you can get around these parts. Unfortunately, it's not the fabled moss zombie. Oh, hello, ghost. Don't do none of your nonsense there, buddy. On a scale of 1 to 10... 10 being awful and 1 being super easy, how bad of an idea is it for me to have finding a moss zombie be the episode end goal? Oh, I don't know, my friends. I don't know. Would I be tempting RNG just a little bit too much, do you reckon? I don't know. Maybe there's a way for me to reduce my luck to the point where we have a slightly higher chance of moss zombie spawning in. Oh, look at that. There's a bunch of ravens on the roof here. That's interesting. All right, my friends. So, I've just trawled the wiki for the moss zombie entry. And oh my goodness me, is it an interesting one. Apparently, when it comes to luck, there's 5 ways to reduce it. Throwing petty mirrors that are sold by the clothier in a graveyard biome. So, let's go ahead and see if we can't get that guy to move over here. In addition, having a raven feather will reduce your luck. A wilted clover, which is obtained by shimmering a lucky clover, is another way to reduce luck. Killing ladybirds and town NPCs, apparently, will also decrease your luck. And finally, throwing stink potions on myself will reduce luck. There's many, many ways for me to achieve, like, really bad luck. So, let's see about getting some of them to happen. Oh, very good. Because it's raining, we managed to get the clothier to move in here, like, pretty much immediately. Come on, Rupert. There we are. The mirror. Yeah, here we go. Pretty mirror. 13 damage. You break it, you buy it. Oh, man, is that expensive. Random side note, look at some of these, like, bits of vanity gear. Funeral gear? The tragic umbrella? Seems to be an upgrade to the normal umbrella. Does basically the same thing, but gives you more damage. Ah, very good. Turns out we actually have 2 lucky clovers, so we can indeed shimmer one. So let's temporarily put away our lucky clover, and let's go shimmer the other one. I can't believe I'm going to all this trouble to become really, really unlucky. I thought I was unlucky in this game anyway. I don't know why this game is making me become even more unlucky, but here we are. The final thing to do is to see if we can make for ourselves a stink potion. Oh, we're going to need ourselves a stink fish, aren't we? I don't know that we've got any of those. Yeah, I didn't think so. Alrighty, my friends, we're going to try and make do with what we've got. Raven feather, pretty mirrors, wilted clover, the water candle up here, and battle potions are all apparently used in reducing luck. So, keep those 2 on us. Get ourselves the pretty mirror. Chuck that down. Oh, wait, what? Okay, it doesn't, like, give, like, an effect to say that we are unlucky. Alright, well anyways, let's get ourselves a battle potion on, and then we're just gonna kind of hope for the best. No! There one is! We got a moss zombie! Yes! And they drop a random piece of moss as well. Oh, bro, I'm so happy. We got a moss zombie to spawn on in. Alright, well, let's check out the bestiary entry real quick. There's the maggot zombie. Let's get rid of this. And let's filter it by... Is there, like, a filter for graveyard biomes? Yeah, there is. Alright, very good. So, we've got the rat. We've got the maggot. There's the maggot zombie. There's the moss zombie. Raven... Ghost, and then apparently there's a couple more entries still to be had, presumably in hard mode. But yeah, there we are, the moss zombie. That is what I was after to wrap up today's episode. Wait, hang on a minute. What the hell? Ah! Okay, what the hell is going on right now? Okay. Statue mimics. Well, that is a new one. That wasn't on my bingo card for today's episode. Totally didn't get jump scared by that. I just saw a statue and I was like, wait, what the hell? I don't remember placing that there. Oh, man. All right. I guess we've got to try and kill one of those statue mimics now, huh? Just when you think you're done with an episode, the game is like, nah, mate, you got more things to try and find now. Hang on a minute, my friends. I've just searched up the graveyard biome page on the wiki. Turns out there might be a certain thing to purchase from the arms dealer. Let's see if we can get him to spawn in over here. Okay, he spawned in. Oh, get out of town. There it is, the quad barrel shotgun. Oh, bruh. Hell yeah, dude. Oh, I'm so excited to try that later on in the series. Wait, what the hell? Oh, a harpy managed to get in. Oops. I'm very sorry there, NPCs. I genuinely didn't mean for that to happen. Didn't take him long to come back into the world there, did it? Brilliant. Hey there, Groom. What you doing here, bud? Get out of here. Alrighty. I am very glad that I checked out the wiki entry for the graveyard biome, because it turns out the statue enemy, or statue mimic, whatever you want to call it, it is indeed something you need to take down in order to fill in a bestiary entry. And I was right earlier when I said that hard mode has a graveyard enemy as well. The Hopping Jack. Basically the little pumpkin slime dude. Oh my god! What is happening? What is happening? There's another one of those thingies around here somewhere, and oh my god, I am freaking out! hell are you meant to take those things down? It is so on, statue mimic. You think I'm going to end the episode and just let you have the victory? Nah, no. I am one determined python right about now. I am going to take down this stupid statue mimic, and I am going to fill in the bestiary entry for it. Hang on a minute. There's a Medusa statue there that hasn't ever been there before. Okay, yeah, I'm stuck. Like, how are you ever supposed to get out of that? Little bit of an intermission just to say that finally all 500 growth areas have been taken care of in our farm. Oh, yeah, feeling pretty good about that. Here we go, my friends. Here we go. I've got myself well-fed buff. Oh, boy. Here we go. Okay. Don't really know actually how to do this. Trying to figure out this guy's AI is an interesting one. Oh, it's like a ground slam thing, kind of similar to like a Hallowed or Crimson Mimic or whatever. We have, I believe it's 1200 health to try and take down with this thing. So it is kind of like a mini boss, and it's disappeared. Oh boy, wait, is it gonna like come back up here? I really hope so. No? Uh-oh. Oh, no! Come on then, buddy. It is a mother statue or something like that. Looks like my little imp dude is getting in on the action, which is always nice. Oh, boy. And there we go. Dead again. Ah! On a more positive note, look at our growing moss collection. What in the world, Raleigh? What are you doing up here? You should probably, like, skedaddle, because otherwise you're not going to live for very long, bud. Ah, go on then. Try a little hobby thing. Oh, okay. Seems to be the way to go. If you can keep on top of your dashing. Oh, come on, Python. Come on. This is the one. Ah. Oh, my word. I actually did it, ladies and gentlemen. Oh, and he actually dropped the piranha statue itself. Okay, let's check it out. Bestiary entry. Yes! Ladies and gentlemen, all of the pre-hard mode graveyard bestiary entries filled. Oh, get out of town. We got ourselves a giant harpy feather pre-hard mode as well. I always find it amusing that we can get one of the component items for a pair of wings in hard mode, in pre-hard mode. But there we are. So for today, the comment of the day comes from James Zhang, and they say, Python, make sure you have the existing fishing armor and accessories equipped. Apparently I can't spell armor correctly. When handing in quest fish, without that, Terraria's duplicate protection won't work. James, thank you so much for turning my attention to that. I do appreciate it. And yeah, when it comes to the informational accessories, yeah, we're definitely going to want to make usage of the fact that there is duplicate protection. So, yeah, don't you fret about it. From henceforth, all quest fish handed in will be with our fishing quest set of armor and such on. So, my friends, for now, that is going to wrap it up for today's episode. Thank you very much for watching. I do hope you've enjoyed today's exhaustive graveyard biome episode of epicness. If you have, drop a like. I'd very much appreciate it. And of course, make sure you subscribe so you don't miss out on my future content. For now, though, have a fantastic rest of your day.